an official bell. We don't have an official decision. Has this match even begun, Bobby Rossi?
No, but the encounter, my friend, has. You've got the Young Guns here up against two battle-hardened veterans of the circuit and the RWA in David Baker and Chris Cruz. Thick as thieves. Oh, big swing and a miss by Deshaun and AJP.
Young Guns and the old cannons. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, what? Wait a minute. Oh!
That's one way to use your head. Once having been bitter rivals are making even better friends and teammates. Hot shot to Sean Diego.
He's getting ready to get some air, baby. Oh, no.
No.
Oh, no. Oh, not on the rail. Oh!
David Baker now taking the assault from both AJP and Hot Shot Deshaun.
And they get points for doing it towards the hard camera. All right. Oh, there he, official bell. Starting off with Hot Shot Deshaun and Chris Cruz. I jokingly referred to them as the old cannons, but you want to talk about two strikers that hit like cannonballs.
There's no joke in that regard, my friend. You got a crisp slap across the pectoral here. Adding a little insult to injury. Chris Cruz now, he reverses the whip, and he takes the springboard lariat.
As if gravity did not exist here in Pawtucket.
That kid gets some crazy hang time, doesn't he?
He does. If he hits his patented drop kick, he might touch the ceiling lights. AJP had an up and down year for sure, but definitely making a name, setting a course of direction for 2020. Just kicked Chris Cruz in the head with both feet. Didn't even get a one before David Baker broke it up.
Well, that's the tag team savviness that you're going to see out of both Baker and Cruz. You know, experience does count for a lot, and clearly they've been at it a lot longer than both of the Young Guns combined. We can talk about history all we want. Let's talk about what's taking place in this matchup. Chris Cruz.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I thought we were going to hear the lightning.
He's being thrown off his game by the younger AJP here. Speed clearly a factor between these two. AJP's got him hooked and cinched. Cruz now blocking that suplex attempt. Hold of the wrist, turns the kid around and into a closed circuit back elbow. Oh, and there's that thud you were talking about, Simon Eddy.
When lightning strikes, you can be sure it's Chris Cruz's fault. Blind tag.
AJP somewhat aware of his surroundings. He looked up behind his back, but he wasn't quite savvy enough to look all the way around, and it bodes very poorly for him.
What would you call that, Bobby Rossi?
I would call that a basement morning after drop kick combo, because I don't have anything flashy for that one, pal.
What, did you come up with the names for the Denny's menu? Jesus.
Cover here by Baker. Hotshot Deshaun having enough wisdom to break up the pin just in the nick of time.
David Baker serving a suspension for an issue outside of RWA for several months. Surprisingly came back to RWA recently under the guise that he was going to team with Hot Shot Deshaun, the man he committed the injustice against.
Yeah, you know
we can't really talk about it more than that, but it's just...
Yeah, it goes to show you that David Baker is just absolutely relentless. You know, he considers the RWA a second home, and I'm not surprised to see him back in the fold. I'm also not surprised to see him tagging up with Chris Cruz. They have a lot of history together. They know one another like the back of their hands, and you can see that paying off in this matchup thus far.
Well, how did you make friends when you were younger? You just walk up to new people that you're like, hey, let's get into a fist fight and be friends forever afterwards. That's usually how that went. Some of my best friends I met on the end of my fist.
When times were simpler, my friend. But tough times are ahead of Chris Cruz right now. AJP charges from the opposing buckles. A little bit too early as Cruz had that scouted.
Chris Cruz took some of that, but AJP got all of that in his midsection.
He certainly did. And it goes to show you again that ring savvy that Cruz brings to the table. You know, it's just one sleight of hand, one half a step in one direction, and he changes the entire complexion of the matchup. Now, AJP has some quick recovery.
This is why I shaved my head, by the way.
Good choice, my friend. Oh! Both heels dug in deep with that double stomp. And Cruz completely decimates the midsection of AJP. He's got him hoisted up and takes him down for the body slam.
For those listening on headphones, I apologize for my colleague Bobby Rossi. Chris Cruz in complete control and no surprise. Every promotion I've seen him wrestle in, whether it be the Proving Ground or NCW or here, he is always a ring general. And he may not have the best win-loss record in the last year in any of those places, but the fact of the matter is when you leave a match with Chris Cruz, you remember it.
He's a mechanic. Straight up and down. Oh! And look at the execution on that backbreaker. Very well scouted. Chris Cruz never completely out of the fight. Hook of the leg with a little bit too much space between his chest and AJP's.
You know, and I didn't even notice it when you were saying it, like AJP and Deshaun have a bit of a history together. We all know that David Baker and Chris Cruz have a history together. This is definitely a case of good rivals but better friends, and now we're seeing it in action. And Chris Cruz still in control.
You got to wonder what kind of factor that could play in the later phase of this matchup. All these competitors are starting to breathe heavy. It's hot under those ring lights. Who could have a change of heart? So much at stake here.
You can argue that the young guns are going to have more stamina and can put up more of a fight, but unfortunately, their lack of experience is going to cost them.
JP wasting a lot of energy right there. He has kept Chris Cruz on his heels virtually most throughout his offense, but it does not seem like it's going to pay off. David Baker watching like a hawk.
Oh, that is exactly what we didn't want. Wait a minute, referee, back turn, Chris Cruz, waist lock. Is he trying to go for a German suplex on AJP?
AJP breaks the hold, or he attempts to with those back elbows. Cruz still has it cinched in rather deep. Tossed into the ropes was AJP.
Another waist lock, looking for a suplex.
AJP standing firm onto his feet. He blocks that suplex attempt yet again.
Oh, wait a minute. Got him in a headlock out of it.
Cruz saw the takeover attempt and he thwarted it yet again. And look at this, David Baker not wasting any time whatsoever.
David Baker has been on point, even if he spent most of this match out on the apron. And Chris Cruz is no slouch. That waist lock sucked a lot of energy out of AJP. Up and over, duck under. Wait a minute, got right back for the waist lock.
There's that ring savviness. There's that general status you were talking about.
He is
with Chris Cruz.
He's squeezing on his sternum.
AJP, you got to make the tag, my friend.
And there was the young gun mistake right there. Oh! Oh, that pissed him off. He's been asking for it the whole match, but that pissed him off.
The battle continues from the apron here.
It almost feels like AJP doesn't know which direction he should be facing, and Chris Cruz has got AJP right back where he wants him. And you can see that David Baker is really pissed off about getting slapped in the face by the young Phoenix. Wait a minute!
Beautiful tornado DDT. Could that be the difference maker, Simonetti?
It definitely could. It definitely stopped the momentum of Chris Cruz. The longer this match goes, the longer it could favor the young guns. But right now, AJP in a bad way. And if he can tag out to Deshaun, it might be party time. Here comes Deshaun. There's the tag to David Baker. And the rivalry renewed, up and over.
Oh, no. Oh, look at this. This young gun's in trouble.
Wait a minute.
Pop-up powerbomb. No.
Oh!
Beautiful leaping Insigiri chops down the giant sequoia of David Baker. Super kick into the mug. And the hot shot is firing up on all cylinders. Chris Cruz behind him.
Oh, that axe kick right between the shoulder blades.
Chris Cruz now with those educated strikes. He's piecing apart the young Phoenix.
Oh no, David Baker! I have seen that before. Brainbuster with a kick to the stem.
The tandem offense of Baker and Cruz. Will it be enough to take out the Young Guns in this matchup? Hot shot to Sean Diego fighting with every bit of fire he has left.
Oh!
Assisted pipeline gutbuster to the younger of the two Guns here, and David Baker now adding insult to injury. Pop-up powerbomb attempt yet again.
Oh, wow. No. Clothesline AJP right out of his boots. Hot shot to Sean, still the legal man with David Baker, slips the slam. Oh! Crotches himself on the top of David Baker.
Chaos is unraveling before our very eyes. But David Baker with a well-placed chop across the pectorals knocks the wind out of hot shot to Sean as he ascends that middle buckle.
Wait a minute.
What
is he doing? Oh!
Spanish fly!
Cover! 2! Oh!
Deshaun was draped over the lifeless body of David Baker, but there was no pressure to the lateral area whatsoever, and this match, Simonetti, will continue.
I gotta ask you, Bobby Rossi, are we looking at tag team title contenders here, or what?
I would say that this is championship caliber matchup right here. Absolutely, 100% agree with you, Simonetti.
What is this? Wait a minute! Oh, Justin Coco Sylvia!
One of the returning Young Guns.
We haven't seen him in a long time. Hot Coco reunited. David Baker doesn't know what to do.
Jeremy Bell's having words with Chris Cruz.
What happened? Don't pick it up. Jeremy! No, that's not what happened.
Oh no! Shrouded in controversy is this entire matchup.
Jeremy Bell's gonna throw this match out thinking Coco hit Baker. Wait a minute! That is not what I expected from Justin Coco Sylvia.
You gotta be kidding me. No!
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
No!
The old cannon's just got a young gun.
This is an absolute travesty right here.
Wait a minute. AJP. AJP has a chair. And it's okay because his dad owns the chair.
The damage is already done, though, Simonetti.
Oh, this is not good.
This is very bad. Justin Coco Sylvia, one of the standout students. One of the standout students of Brickhouse Baker has aligned.
Oh, that's not good.
Has aligned with his son David and Chris Cruz. The Young Guns have disbanded.
At least Coco has defected from the team. You know, everybody was happy to see him until this.
Folks, in a very unlikely turn of events, we are going to have to call this matchup a no contest. I will get official word from our referees and from the powers that be. But for right now, I just want to direct you to our .com because we've got more action as Keeping with Tradition continues.